Why is learning SEO important for me?
In 1993, there were in total 130 websites on the entire internet. These websites were organized into directories. So, if you were looking for a website about information about dogs, you would simply look through the directory and find the one website on the entire internet with information about dogs. But as the number of websites grew larger and larger, they also outgrew the directory model for the most part, and the search engine model was adapted. Leading the way was Google, who, with the use of web crawlers, scanned the internet and organized the world's information to make it universally accessible and useful. The only problem was that by the time that Google came into existence, there were over 2.5 million websites on the internet, and that number was expected to pass 1 billion in the next 20 years. Now that's a lot of information about dogs. In keeping with their mission, Google took on the challenge to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible by devising an algorithm to rank the relevancy and value of information on each web page on the internet. The first Google algorithm consisted of two major components. Firstly, their web crawlers would determine the relevancy of each web page by the keywords featured in the content. So, if you search dogs, Google would only display web pages with the keyword dogs on it. This part of the process was not revolutionary and was being done by almost every other search engine at the time. What made Google dominate the search engine market was that they determined the importance of web pages by checking to see how many incoming backlinks the web page or the website had. So essentially, Google counted each backlink as a vote, and the more votes a website had, the better chances it had of getting displayed higher in search engine results. And then, everybody lived happily ever after. The end. Well, not exactly, but I'll expand on that a little bit later. As for now, all you need to know is that as Google and other search engines increasingly got better at delivering quality search results, they were consulted more and more. Being placed on top of search engine results became increasingly important for business. So, how important is it to rank high on Google, or for that matter, any search engine? Let's take a look at Google, for example, which owns around 80% of the search engine market. Google is used by approximately 1.17 billion individuals around the world, who make about 1.2 trillion searches a year, which translates to about 100 billion searches a month and 3.5 billion searches a day. At the time of this recording, on August 31st, 2016, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, there has already been 4.85 billion searches made. In response to the impressive number of searches, the competition for those searches is also exploding. Remember when I said in 1998 there were around 2.5 million websites on the internet, and that number was expected to cross 1 billion in the next 20 years? Well, the 1 billion website mark was crossed 4 years ahead of schedule in 2014 instead of 2018. As of this date, on August 31st, 2016, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, there are approximately 1.08 billion live websites with 3.3 billion internet users, some of whom are creating 4.6 billion pieces of content daily, which includes 92,000 new articles and 4 million hours of YouTube, along with 83,000 blog posts published each hour. Yep, the competition. She is fierce and growing daily.
How can I use this for my advantage?
Well, because of all the content created daily, people need someone or something that they trust to guide them to the best and most relevant content online. For that purpose, people trust search engines. So much so that approximately 50% of any given website's traffic will be brought to them by search engines. And depending on how well optimized their website is to perform on search engines, they could capture as much as 32.5% of all the traffic for a keyword or a key phrase. Below is a more informed list. For example, let's say the keyword dogs is searched 1 million times a month. If you rank number 1 for that keyword, you will recognize approximately 325,000 visitors. Placing second will bring 176,000 visitors, and so on. So in conclusion, SEO or search engine optimization is important because A, a lot of people use search engines. B, people trust search engines, so much so that they rarely ever even wander past the first results page. And C, because of the vast amount of information that is being created daily, people who actively work on their SEO will surely recognize the largest amount of traffic because everyone else will get caught in the clutter. That was my introduction to SEO or search engine optimization. The points I wanted to cover were how search engine optimization came about and why it gained popularity. In the next lecture, I want to cover 2 questions which will allow you to better decide if this course is right for you.